So today I want to talk to you also about encouragement. So I know I mentioned being a disruptor, doing a different thing so you can get a different result, and I think that's important. But I also want you to remember that nobody gets where they're going by themselves. I don't care what they tell you. Oh, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. Okay, that part had to happen too. But the reality is, there was somebody along the way who said you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can be the thing that you haven't been to this point but want to be tomorrow. You can. And somebody has encouraged you. And that has gone a long way, whether you recognize it or not. But I think that it's our job as human beings to be an encourager, a supporter for others, not for just any old nonsense, okay? You want to do something to hurt others, like, no, you don't encourage that, obviously. But I'm talking about when somebody is trying to explore new avenues that they haven't gone down before. They want to embark on a new journey as in a profession, or outside of their profession. They want to go to another country. They want to record a song. They want to open a bakery. They want to create their own business. Yes, be an encourager. Don't be a hater. Too many people spend time hating. I already talked about the fact that at this point in my life, I can't be worrying about what anybody else thinks. So I'm not really worried about the hater. But I do want to remind us that we need to not be passive. We need to be active, and actively encouraging others for the fulfillment of their own dreams, for them to get better at being who they need to be. And it makes us a better version of ourselves, right? Because we don't need to be focused on what we're not doing and how we can't do it and all that kind of stuff. When we are encouraging others, we're also encouraging ourselves. We're also letting ourselves be reminded that we can go further than we have, that we can do more than we have. I have reinvented myself multiple times. Multiple times. Okay? Multiple times. So just let me give you like a little backstory. I went to my 40th reunion recently, my 40th high school reunion recently, and it was a blast. Let me just say that. Shout out to all my friends. I'm hoping y'all will subscribe if you haven't, all my classmates. But yeah, people were asking me things like, oh, so what do you do? Where do you live? And blah, blah, blah. And I said, I bet they think I'm being aloof, but I'm not. It's just that I know that my story is a little different, right? Like, I didn't take that straight path. I've been all over the place, all over the road, right? And it led me from a long time with a civil service position to go back to school and get my master's in social work and doing that, and then deciding I wanted to blog some stuff. Lord, I have to drag out some of that stuff from my blog. But anyway, I've done a variety of things, right? I've done a variety of things. And now I would call myself an international social worker, because I take myself wherever I go. So of course, like, I'm taking social work with me, right? So, but I had to be encouraged along the road. I had to get people who said, yeah, you can. And I had to believe that for myself, right? I had to also believe that for myself. So it's a combination of, like, the timing was right for me to do a different thing, but also that I was a disruptor, right? I wasn't passive. I was actively pursuing my dreams. I was actively working towards my goals. I had to look up the flight if I left, right? I had to plan which hostel I was going to stay at. I had to do the work. The work is necessary. You got to do the work, right? But you also need to be encouraged. You need to be encouraged. In the beginning, folks, like I said, people were calling me all kind of crazy. Like, what? Why would you? Everybody has something to say. But then it was like, wow, I can't believe you did that. I could never do that. And when they say that I could never do that, I always tell them, of course you can. Because what I have done is nothing special. And I think that's the reason why I wasn't so quick to want to do like a channel or anything. Because I was like, well, who wants to hear about my stuff? But it seems like every time I tell people my story, they're like intrigued. So Be an encourager. That's the first thing. Don't be passive, be active. That's the second thing, because greatness is right around the corner as soon as you put your foot to the pedal, right? And what was the last thing I wanted to say? The last thing I want to say is be sure to come back, because I'm going to keep telling you more about my story. My story is, like I said, it was here, it was there. I was like that. Okay? I was like that. And, some people might think like, is that success? Let me tell you what success is. Success is being happy at the end of the day. That's success. If you are measuring your success by how much stuff you have, trust me, it could be gone tomorrow and you won't know who you are. So let your success be who you are. Let your success be your legacy. Let your success be the person you've become. Let that be your success. Okay? Ciao for now.